So it seems currently that each week we're getting new FNAF World teasers showing new bosses and also gameplay information, and this can only mean one thing.
Scott is getting more active.
So what is going on, guys? This is Ryan here.
And this is other Ryan here.
And welcome back to another discussion video on FNAF World, and we're going to be talking about two new images which have actually gone live on the IndieDB page for FNAF World.
Yeah, these two images are named Meet Boober and World Between Worlds.
Yeah, and they're actually quite interesting, and we've got some ideas for the World Between Worlds one, because that one seems to be prompting a lot more game mechanics, and a lot of them seem to be new, but firstly we're going to start with the Meet Boober image.
Now, if we actually take a look, as we've discussed in the last video, we discussed the layout of the actual battle mode. So the top left is the name of the character, top right is our health, and what's meant to be in the middle there is our attacks. But one thing that is different to all this right now is the actual health bar in the bottom left hand corner. That on every other image there has been no kind of health bar at the bottom here.
Yes, and this character is also the only enemy on screen, so it seems a bit consistent with the fact that this is probably a boss battle.
Yeah, and as you can tell from the looks of him, he looks like Five Nights at Freddy's 2 version of Freddy, the withered Freddy version.
Yes.
And the size of him alone goes to show that this guy is either a very hard enemy or a boss battle that we have to fight.
Absolutely, and actually looking at this character's design, I think it's really unique, because if you actually look in the jaw area, you can see almost like the typical nails that you'd see on something like maybe a Frankenstein. So it's almost like this guy is maybe some kind of reanimated animatronic, and looking at his design too, he's got stitching all around. It's almost meant to almost pay homage to some kind of Frankenstein-like monster that's been made from all different parts. So I don't know, man, maybe this might actually lead on to a further boss battle on someone who is maybe making these characters.
Yeah, that would make sense. I remember a Five Nights at Freddy's 3 theory when the images first actually came out, that Springtrap was actually a remake of all these animatronics put together. So maybe Scott actually took that from the community and decided to maybe make it into an actual character.
Absolutely, yeah. And one final point actually about this image is that it's not always important to look in the foreground. We also have to analyze the background of this image and what it actually might mean.
If you actually look back on IndieDB to an image called Ball Boy, you can see the same photo, but it's much greener. Now, this photo is exactly the same. All the flowers are in the same place, all the balloons are in the same place, but it's almost like it's photo negative, like he's put a negative effect on it, almost as if like the atmosphere and it's just gone really dark as soon as this boss enters.
Yeah, so that alone also kind of confirms the fact that maybe when a boss comes on screen, we may see this shift of kind of the background going to a much darker kind of setting, and I think that also tells us that a boss battle is actually commencing in this photo.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, guys, and now possibly the more important image of the two is actually the one named World Between Worlds, and we actually have a lot of ideas as to what this could actually mean.
Yeah, my first idea was that this, well, we've already discussed this before, that this little 8-bit retro thing is like, as it says, a world between worlds. You use this to teleport to different worlds, and my idea personally was that we can see this as like a television effect, like a distorted, like it's about to turn off almost, like the television screen's literally midway through turning off. So I believe that maybe as you are approaching a world, a certain world, this distortion gets kind of more distorted until you actually enter the world, and then it switches off like a TV, and then you enter that world and you wake up into it.
That's very interesting. You mean kind of merging the 2D and 3D together?
Yeah, maybe like bringing in those dark traits as well, because obviously this isn't very nice to look at as well. So maybe you got to think about the music that's going to go behind this as well. I think that Scott is going to bring back the darkness that he's known for to this game, possibly.
Absolutely. Now, you see, another personal idea I actually had about this image is, firstly, considering the image's name, it says World Between Worlds. Now, already we know that to be this 3D looking world where we control these characters and move around in this 3D environment, and then another world is actually this 2D environment. However, what about between those two? And this actually kind of got me thinking, and it made me think that maybe this is a way how we can actually select the levels, i.e. the World Between Worlds. So maybe we'll kind of be able to select this option in the menu. It will actually teleport, as Ryan said, in the TV style. That's actually what's going in my head too. And then maybe it will prompt us in this World Between Worlds setting, giving us all of the different levels to choose. Maybe we have to unlock them. And once we kind of unlock them, then the options will be actually available, because it might get a bit tedious to walk, for example, from a grassy woodland forest area all the way to like an ice area, and it might take half an hour. So teleporting between them is actually a much faster faster way of doing so.
So maybe you're saying that there's an on-screen thing that says maybe like locations or something, and you click that, and then you click onto something that you've already unlocked, and then it will teleport you straight to that place.
Absolutely, which may actually make a logical sense of how we can kind of teleport between all these different environments without things going a bit strange, and you know, going from like a grassy woodland area straight to like an ice zone. It might feel a bit weird unless we can actually teleport between them.
Yeah, that sounds pretty plausible.
And then the third and final thing that I actually thought for this image is looking at what is actually being presented within this World Between Worlds image and looking for possible links, because if we go on the IndieDB page and we look at the image named Screen02, we can see this Freddy character in this 3D environment looking like he's walking in a forest-like area. Now, if we actually go back to the World Between Worlds image, as we can see in the center of the image, there is most certainly a Freddy Fazbear sprite, and he's also in a woodland area. So the World Between Worlds could also be maybe an option to switch between 3D and 2D in these different environments, maybe giving different styles of play here.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome in honesty. I was going to say, you know, Scott's known for using this 8-bit retro between like levels, but that could, I don't know, he's become known for his kind of 8-bit style now that it could definitely, like you say, be two different options of playing style.
Absolutely, yeah, because as well in this image as well, it seems to show a wider view of the map as opposed to Screen02 where it's quite condensed. So maybe it's a way to kind of scope out exits, entrances, secrets, and things like that.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
So there we have it, guys. That was, of course, a discussion on all of the new images in regards to FNAF World on the IndieDB page. As we've said before, guys, it seems Scott's getting more and more active, so it seems like we're going to be making more and more videos covering this until the game's release.
Yeah, definitely.
And just before this video actually ends, guys, we'd like to put out a special thank you to the Pixel Empire for once again sponsoring this video. As Christmas is soon on the horizon, why not surprise a relative, friend, or significant other with some awesome art based on their favorite TV show or video games?
Yeah, there have been many deductions made, and now is the best time to grab an awesome piece of art for an amazing price. Not only this, if you use the code 8bitgaming at the checkout, you will receive a further 15% discount on your total order.
If you guys are actually a fan of Star Wars, then why not grab this amazing Millennium Falcon piece and receive a further trilogy of Star Wars paintings worth over $40 for absolutely free. You can't go wrong there. So thank you so much for watching the video, guys. We of course hope you did enjoy, and we'll of course see you on the next one.
Goodbye, guys.
Want to see even more content from us?
Consider liking and subscribing to ensure you'll see all content in the foreseeable future.
And hey, why not check out our past 2 videos?